my God, stop it, stop it. All right, okay, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna dive right in here. My dad is a trans woman. Yeah, if you don't cheer, you're a bigot. So, come on, let's get it. There it is. No one wants to be a bigot on Amazon Prime. That's true. My dad's trans. As you may notice, I do still sometimes call her dad, though, which can be a little bit confusing, right? Because obviously, dad is a traditionally male gender term. She is my dad. But, you know, in Spanish, cabbages are male and mushrooms are female. So, gender, you know? And I want to be very clear about something here, everyone. My dad started transitioning a few years ago, so she started transitioning before it was cool, I guess. I guess what I'm saying is, like, she's not a bandwagon woman, you know? And that's terrible to say. That's terrible to say because obviously, you know, being trans is not a recent fact, right? It's something where forever people have been born into the wrong assigned gender. You know, it's not unlike being born gay or born a Jew. You know, it's just I can say that. I can say that. It's up to you to figure out why. What's going on there? Gay or a Jew? The Sam Clark story. A perennial question, yeah. I won't leave you to suspense, though. I am not gay. I know. I am a Jew, so sorry, boys and anti-Semites. I'm Jewish, but I'm not, like, super Jewish. I was raised Jewish, and I did go to a synagogue as a kid, Jew church. But I went to a Reconstructionist Jewish synagogue. Now, for those of you who may not know what that means, all of you, okay? Think about it like this. Like if Orthodox Judaism is like the dark beer of Judaism, yeah? Then, you know, Reform Judaism is like the light beer of Judaism. Then Reconstructionist Judaism is a Capri Sun. Just sort of fruity and clear. Not a whole lot going on there. Like from my recollection as a kid, Reconstructionist Judaism was like 90% tambourines. It was just like a lot of middle-aged white people in shawls going like, yeah! Baruch atah Adonai, hey, yeah. like our rabbi looked and sounded like Ellen DeGeneres. That was sort of the vibe going on there. I digress, though. I was talking about my dad. My dad, like I said, my dad started transitioning a few years ago, and, you know, as a result of this, I've been thinking a lot more about trans issues, about prominent trans people in the media, and I think I've decided, hot take here, everyone, I'm not the biggest fan of Caitlyn Jenner. Settle down. Here's why. First of all, like, there's no doubt that what Caitlyn did a few years ago in terms of coming out in a very public way and bringing visibility to the trans community was huge, right? There's no doubt about that. There's also no doubt, though, that she killed someone with her car, right? So, yep, strike one, right? Yeah, we really Matthew Broderick'd her on that one. Yeah, oh, for those of you who don't know, she knows. Matthew Broderick actually killed 2 people with his car, but we as a society collectively forgot and forgave him. I can only assume because of Inspector Gadget. You know, but listen, I don't just dislike Caitlyn Jenner because of vehicular manslaughter. It's also because of politics. Caitlyn is a staunch Republican, which is fine, yeah. She voted for and endorsed Donald Trump for president, and yeah. And she said during the campaign that she thought that Trump would be, quote, an avid defender of LGBT rights and women's rights. Wow. You know, if only there was some way we could have predicted that wouldn't be true. I don't know how that could happen. Yeah, you know, but listen, I'm actually not sure if Donald Trump himself hates gay people, hates trans people. I think he doesn't care, and he lacks the capacity for empathy for anyone who looks different than he does, and he weaponizes the bigotry of his supporters for political gain. I do think, though, that Mike Pence hates gay people. and I would love to have a conversation with Mike Pence about this. And here's how I think it would go. I'd be like, hey, Mike. Mikey. Mikey boy. What if gay people were people? And I think the way that he would react, he would just sort of malfunction and like tweak out, and the small larval alien maggot that like lives in his brains and operates his limbs with little toggles would just like abort his brain, exit his mouth, and leave his husk body just like standing there. I'm referring, of course, to a Yeerk. No? From the popular science fiction young adult series Animorphs? No? Okay, all right, one guy. Well, I guess I have to tell the rest of you this whole thing. All right, so in Animorphs, the Yeerks were a parasitic alien species that lived inside people's brains, okay? And they were in competition with the Andalites, a sort of mystical centaur-looking alien species that gave a ragtag group of teens the ability to morph into animals, hence Animorphs. There were 54 books in the series. I read them all in the 3rd and the 4th grade because I was very smart and questionably autistic. So that's Animorphs. And I don't really have a takeaway from that. I don't. I was lucky enough, my dad actually saw me do stand-up live for the first time a few weeks ago, which was awesome. She absolutely loved it. She was like, I don't really get the whole Animorphs part. I get the autism part. We weren't sure for a bit. But she came out to LA for that, and I don't think she had the best first impression of LA. And that's in large part because when I first moved to LA, the second month that I moved here, I got carjacked at knife point. Yeah. Welcome! Welcome to LA. Now, to be fair, it was alleged knife point, right? Like, the guy pulled me out of my car, told me he had a knife, and I wasn't like, prove it. I trusted him on that, if on nothing else. And the police did recover the car, by which I mean he got in a chase with the police, wrecked the car. Yeah. And I went to the impound lot the following day to take a look at my wrecked car, and I want you all to pay very close attention, okay, to the contents that this gentleman left in my car, okay? Everything that was in the glove compartment was thrown into the back seat, okay? Everything that was in the center console was thrown into the back seat. In the cup holders were 4 unopened packs of cigarettes, and on the passenger side seat was 1 styrofoam IHOP plate, atop which sat 1 half-eaten pancake. So he stole my car to go get pancakes. That is punk rock. Like, I will never do anything that cool. Okay? All right, so the following is a rendition of how I believe this gentleman's night must have gone. This is a fictional account, but based on the aforementioned evidence. Okay, so he's walking down the street thinking, God damn it, I could really use some pancakes. Sees me, thinks, bingo, steals my car, starts driving, thinks, perhaps there are pancakes in the glove compartment. No. Perhaps there are pancakes in the center console. No. I'm so stressed, I could really use some cigarettes. So he goes to the 7-Eleven, says, cigarettes, please. They say 1 pack. He says, ha, no, 4 packs of cigarettes, please. Gets back in the car, is about to crack them open, thinks, wait, you're on a mission. Pancakes first, cigarettes later. Surely nothing will intervene in the meantime. Gets back in the car, keeps driving, finally sees the blue beacon on the horizon, the International House of Pancakes, goes in, says, pancakes to go, please. They say, how many? He says, 1. Gets back in the car, starts eating, driving, living his best life. Finally sees the sirens in the rearview mirror, thinks, fuck it, I'm going out my way. Careens into a minivan, and just as the police are telling him to get out of the car and put his hands up, he says, wait. And he takes the half-eaten pancake and gingerly places it on the passenger side seat next to him. And he says, whoever's car this is, I want them to know. And that, I think, would be an awesome IHOP commercial, right? Yeah. The International House of Pancakes. Fuck the police. All right, thank you all so much.